Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So this is my spread from last week, and I did not get hardly any videos posted last week, and I'm just going to give myself a little bit of grace. It was a bad week. It was a busy week. And I was just feeling very overwhelmed and short on time. So this week I have absolutely nothing prepared for my weekly spread, and I'm just going to decorate and plan my week all in one video. I know I normally split it into two, but I just want to have a plan for next week. And even though it's Sunday morning as I'm doing this voiceover, I do have a plan for today, and hopefully I can get all of the things accomplished that I am planning. But I'm confident that I can because I got a good head start on them yesterday after my daughter's soccer game. So today I am picking up groceries, and then it's basically all making all the plans tasks for the rest of the day. But since I have nothing prepared for this week's spread, I am just going to piece together the dates for this week. And I do need to come back through and print and cut some more of these stickers, but I am fine cutting them apart using what I have and then printing new, hopefully this weekend or at least before I video the next week's video. Also, I'd love to hear whether or not you would prefer this all-in-one video or if you like them separate. I will put in some timestamps, so if you don't want to watch the decorating part, you can kind of skip ahead. I have a feeling that I will be mixing and matching the decorating and the planning, so I will try to put good timestamps in so that you can jump around as necessary. I am going to do something slightly different on this spread. I am going to put a section in for my meals. And then I realized that I also forgot to write in my planned meals, but I do have those planned. I'm doing easy things like chicken salad on soccer nights. Wednesday night, we probably won't have any plans for dinner at all since it is senior night. And by the time we get home, it'll probably be 11 o'clock at night. But the other nights, even if there's soccer, I will have some sort of quick meal planned so that the kids can grab and go. My husband can grab something after work if he wants to. And I, like I have mentioned in a previous video, I'm just trying to eat a bigger lunch on soccer nights. And then I usually get popcorn at the games. So just an easy, quick, so I don't have to think about food in the evenings. And then my daughter has been wanting chicken parm, so we'll do that one night. And then I got some steak and some veggies for another night. And I tend to plan Saturday through Friday for my meal plans, and then I go to the grocery store Saturday to do a grocery pickup. So I will wait until Friday to schedule in our plans for Saturday and Sunday. And since I didn't have anything ready for this week, I am just grabbing my Colorful Boxes book from Happy Planner. And I think the only place you can get these is like eBay and things like that. But I love that sticker book. I actually have 4 of them all together. So I grab this book frequently when I don't have time to print out my own boxes. Then I have the beautifully lined sticker book from Live Love Posh. And I also have the Color Story book from Happy Planner as well that I will pull some stickers from later. So my plan is to just alternate where the floral stickers go and where I will leave space for my tasks. I will grab a post-it note and rip it up so that I can denote where I want to put my tasks so that I don't accidentally put too many stickers in that area and I do leave space for my actual task lists. But while we're putting this together, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on and what the plan is for the channel coming up. So, my channel has been pretty quiet this past month. Ever since I went to Cleveland for a business trip, things just kind of fell apart. Every time I travel, I have to prepare and have everything ready for my family before I leave for my travel. And then when I get back, I feel like I'm recovering and doing all the laundry and making sure the kids have all the things that they need to have. And then that week in Boston really kicked my butt. It was nonstop conference, so I did not get any chance to do any making all the plans work. The only thing that I did was a few time-sensitive things for my senior, which meant that any of the household items, any work things that were not related to the conference, any making all the plans things, none of that got done or even touched while I was in Boston. But it was a great conference. I learned a ton and I can't wait to put it into practice. But not only did nothing get done while I was at the conference, when I got back, then I was playing catch up. So all of my normal work tasks, those were all waiting for me when I got back, plus all the laundry, all the different household tasks that just need to be completed that I hadn't completed, those all needed done. So making all the plans pretty much took a back burner before, during, and after the Boston trip. It really did take it out of me. The one thing that I did work on this last week was really thinking through my goals for Q4. And that is what is going to take priority this week on the channel and in my life is just getting those goals together and being realistic about what can actually get accomplished in Q4. And I'm probably about two-thirds of the way through videoing all of that setup for Q4, but it is probably the hardest quarter I've had yet. Just getting real with the amount of time that I have available with all of the things that I want to focus on. And a lot of the projects and goals that I really wanted to focus on in Q4 are going to have to just get put off until at least Q1, if not Q2 of next year. But given timelines for other things that are going on in our household and in our lives, I needed to be realistic about what I actually could accomplish during the holiday season. This is also the last Christmas that my son may be at home. And I did just find out that I will be off the week between Christmas and New Year's, which is amazing. And it is not time that I have to take. So I want to make sure that I have time set aside to spend with my family and with my son, who will be going off to college next year. And I know when you come home from college for Christmas break, you don't want to spend all your time with your family. You also want to go see friends and spend time with them when you're back in town. So I want to enjoy this last Christmas and the last December that we have together as a family. But if you're interested in setting up your Q4 alongside of me, or if you're just interested in how I got real about my time and what I could actually get accomplished in a quarter, I would love for you to join me. Those videos will be going up over the next few days, so if you're interested in them, don't forget to hit the notification bell. But I hope to see you there. Now that I have my decor down, I'm going to start putting in my lines, putting in my plans for the week, and get set up to have a productive week. Now, this week is going to look very different than it normally does because even though I'm going to have a lot of lines for a lot of tasks, I'm going to try to be realistic about those things that I can actually get done throughout this week. This stencil is from Christiane Designs, and I believe that it's the 5mm stencil, but she makes them in various widths between the lines. There's a 5, a 6, a 7mm, and then I think there's a 1/4 inch spacing. There may be others as well. I have had these for quite a while and they're still in very good condition, so I haven't had a need to go back to her website to see what else is available. Once I get these lines put in, I will come back and start writing in my calendar items for the week, starting off with the fact that there is no school tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's a teacher and service day, but I definitely have to work, and my husband definitely has to work. And there are soccer games later in the day, but there is no school at least. I do think that the kids could use a little bit of a break. They have been going nonstop between school and soccer, so it's probably a very welcome break for them. So, the first thing on my list is to pick up my glasses from the optometrist. And they are my new glasses, and it's like the blue light reflectant has been wearing off the lenses. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. But when I went to the optometrist this last time, I said, I love the glasses that I have on right now. Can I just get the exact same pair that I had before? They said, of course. So I went ahead and I ordered another pair. These glasses are very expensive. I usually keep them for 2 to 3 years, but I had dropped something on my face and cracked the lens of my old ones. Otherwise, I would have kept them. But I did go ahead and order a new pair and paid the hefty fee. I do have decent eye insurance, but it still is a pretty hefty out-of-pocket fee. I like the super light silhouette glasses. They are my absolute favorite. I don't get headaches with them. But when I took them in, I said, I don't know what's wrong because they're supposed to be the same glasses that I had before. And they informed me that my insurance company made them send them to a different lab. So they're not the same glasses at all. They are treated differently, the lenses are treated differently. So they are not the same glasses, and they didn't even last 6 months before I had to take them in and get them fixed. So if it weren't for the fact that I get headaches with heavy glasses or heavy frames, I would just go get the cheapest glasses I could get at this point. It's very frustrating to spend good money and have something not even last 6 months. So, why do I bring that up? Why do I tell this story? And it's because that's pretty much how the life that I'm living right now has been going. And it's not about the fact that I needed to take them in and get them fixed. But when I tried to schedule an appointment online, that's not an appointment you can schedule online. So then you have to call and then you talk to somebody and then you have to try and find a time. And then you go in and then you have to sit there and you have to wait, even though you're there at your appointment time. And then they look at your glasses and then they take your glasses to the back and then they disappear for a while and then they come back and then they tell you what they can and can't do. So it's all of the time that is involved in every single thing that's been going on lately. I think I mentioned that our dryer broke again, so that was again more time. I had to call, I had to explain the problem, I had to get an appointment. So it's all of those things that are taking time away from all of the things that I want to be spending time on. That is really frustrating me. So, as I'm building my Q4, I need to leave in plenty of buffer time. If I can do more, great, but I don't want to set myself up to feel like a failure if I can't get everything done. Because all of these unexpected things that have happened in the last 2 quarters, they just are insurmountable when I already have my plate over full as it is. So, just taking this week as an example, my week from Monday through Thursday is pretty full, and this is pretty typical for a week this time of year into October. November gets a little bit lighter, and December gets a little bit lighter as well during the week, but that's when our weekends start to get busier for holiday things. So there still is about the same amount of time, regardless when it is during the fall and winter. It doesn't get quiet again until January. January and February are usually pretty quiet, and then March it picks back up again. So, all of these items that I've written down, in addition to the fact that I do work at least 40 hours every week for my full time job, does not allow me to have the space to have more than 3 goals. And honestly, 3 goals is even a lot because I also have goals at my job. But as I dive deeper into all of this week, I just want to set the stage for what I'm looking at. And I'm betting if you look at your existing schedule right now, you're looking at something similar as well. So let's stop beating ourselves up for not accomplishing everything all at once. Let's try to be a little bit more realistic about the time that we do have available and set ourselves up for success. So, the reason why I grabbed this color story book was because once I put the red boxes down, I thought I wanted to bring in a little bit more red across the page. So, that's what these stickers are doing. It's just bringing in a little bit more red so I can incorporate the red throughout the spread. So in the sidebar, I do like to write the videos that I want to work on throughout the week. And again, a lot of these I've already started and I should be able to finish by the end of today. So I won't be putting them on my plan for the week. However, I will say that this is why I like to wait until Sunday evening to put my plan together. So then I know exactly what has been accomplished and what hasn't been and what needs planned for the rest of the week. So for this week, I do have 4 Q4 videos that are going up. I'm also hoping to put up a video about note cards and using that system to kind of track your tasks and prioritize your tasks. And then I also need to put together next week's video as well as our October monthly spread. And I am still in shock that is almost October and we are almost through the first quarter of the school year. It's just mind blowing to me. I'm also going to write down a couple admin tasks. One is to print out stickers for the upcoming month and the spreads that I want to do. And then the other is just content calendar analytics type of things. And I did just run out of ink in this pen, so let me grab a new pen to start writing with. The other thing that I want to put in the sidebar are any errands that I need to run. One is I need to make a trip to Windsor to return a dress. And then the other one is Target. I have a shirt or 2 shirts that need to be returned. I bought a shirt in 2 different sizes and still have not gotten to try them on. So hopefully one of them fits, but regardless, it's still a trip to Target to make a return. So in addition to my making all the plans tasks, I do really need to do a weekly home blessing this week. I will be honest that last week was an emotional roller coaster. I was feeling very taken advantage of and exhausted and just like I couldn't get on top of things. So in order to try to recharge my batteries, every night we didn't have soccer, I think I was in bed by 8 o'clock and I'm finally starting to feel better. But I also know that if I don't start accomplishing things and staying on top of things, that it won't help me feel better. It will actually just make me feel worse. So I really just need to push through this week and get the weekly home blessing done and continue to do the other things that I've been doing in order to feel good overall when next weekend hits. It's kind of a catch-22, kind of like when you don't want to work out because you don't have the energy, but if you worked out, you would have more energy. It's similar for me when it comes to staying on top of home tasks. So I'm really going to try to push through and try to get the weekly home blessing done. The other thing that I would like to do is, as I was putting my goals together for next quarter, there were a few non-negotiable items that have to be done regardless of whether they're part of my goals or not. And I've kind of come to the realization that if I can't get them done and my husband can't get them done, that means that we have to hire them out. They're not things that just can sit and wait forever. So those things include replacing the exterior lights. One of them has rusted and has to be replaced. So I wanted to just replace all 4 exterior lights. And then the other thing is we really need to get new bushes planted. We did pull out the old bushes probably, let's see, that's probably been 2 months ago, but we really need new bushes planted as soon as possible so that we can water them and work on getting them established before the cold weather hits. And I think there were 2 more things that I have deemed non-negotiables, and I'm hoping to kind of look at those after I finish wrapping up my goals videos and figuring out what the next steps are for those and getting those booked. But I'm hoping to kind of have those lined up before October, so those aren't taking time away from my Q4 goals. But now that we've put our very light plan together for the week, now I can get to work on editing the videos for the upcoming week on all of the Q4 tasks and projects and goals that I want to work on. Again, I hope you come along with me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this video or if you're interested in upcoming videos. But I hope everybody has a great week and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.